Okay, welcome back, guys. So today we will discuss the when condition, right, with and or maybe or operator, right. So in last video we have seen that how we can make a use of variables, right, whether it's a local variable or if it is from the facts which Ansible is collecting while running any of the playbook, right, based on the configuration. If it is default, then obviously it will gonna gather some facts which it will use for its internal purpose. And from those, you can take the leverage. You can just use any of the variable Ansible underscore node name last time we have used, right? Where we were just displaying the message on the Nginx config, right? So today we'll use a when condition, right? So I have one Docker machine already up and running. Take this, and I will go with the Ansible user, and here you go, right? And if I go the sudo for this, so it should be the sudo. Typo, let me try one time. Still, yeah. Now we are good. So, right. So we have this machine running. Let me show you cat etc os cookies. So here you can see that it is a Ubuntu, right? Let Debian family. Today, I hope we don't have that Nginx running here. System cd status. So you can see that there is no Nginx, right? So we will install an Nginx based on the condition from the Ansible controller here, where what we will see is we will look if it is a Debian family, then install the Nginx, and probably we'll do some other stuff as well, right? So let me go, and first let me update the inventory. So as of now we have only two inventory, right? I will take this as a non-prod. So I will just enter master01, which is the host name of our this one, and I am not sure about the IP, so let me check. It is the 6. Okay, fine. I will just make a 6 here. Fine. Save it, and let me run that Ansible ad hoc command, ping command. That is a very beautiful command, right? You can run whenever you are doing some modification, or you want to check whether we have the good connectivity or not, then probably you can just run it, hit this, right? So you can see master one is also reachable, right? Master one ping com. So we have the response, and client one, client two was already done. So for this part we are good, right? I have this in the next variable. So what I will do is I will just copy the Nginx to Nginx condition dot, yeah, and now I will go inside this file and okay, debugging the facts, that is fine. Install Nginx packages, this one, fine. So what I will do is I will just put the condition here, right? See, condition is something when you want to do some stuff on based of the condition, right? If something true, then only take the actions. That's why that we will put. So what I will do is install Nginx package on CentOS, right? And here we will gonna use the module called yum module, right? Nginx present, and I will just put the condition when Ansible underscore OS underscore family equal to that, right? I will just quickly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will just say go and just little bit adjust this. Here what I will doing is I will just install on Ubuntu. Same thing, right? But the OS family will be changed to Debian. Right? So let me explain. What we are doing is we are running the same thing. First, it will run the task this sent to us, right? So it will install the Nginx present only when this condition will get true. Like it will found a fact Ansible OS family is to Red Hat, only then it will gonna install this, right? And here what we are doing is it will install the Nginx only when with the OS family will be a Debian family, right? So that's what we will do it. Just to be sure, what I will do is uh, I will just run it to non-prod only. Okay, that's it. Now let's see. Ansible hyphen playbook hyphen I dash dash inventory, and then I will give the X. Yeah, fine. It is done. See what happened. It will retrieve the fact. Basically sudo password. Okay. So master 01 it is, but we are able to who, so it is saying Ansible who, Ansible user, right? And if I go with sudo hyphen I, yeah, it is running, then I'm not sure why it is failing here. Let me show you one thing, then probably we'll see that issue. Here you can see, right? For the client one, it found a OS family is Red Hat, right? So probably that is fine. But due to that issue, it is was not able to gather the fact for this one. So become yes, we have seen, right. Let me take the session with the same user. I will go to master. I will say Ansible user, and what I will do is, yeah, I know what is the issue now. Okay, let's fix. See, it is able to do this, but it is asking for the password, right? And Ansible is expecting that sudo password, and there is no way that you can pass it, right? That was it is failing. So what we will do is I will just go to pvi sudo file, and somewhere we'll set as a no pass wt, right? Okay, no pass wt colon this, I will say, right? Let me take one more time. Session master one, Ansible user, that it is the dead one. Okay, that one, two, three, and this time it should fine, right? It's not asking any password. So I will go and run this YAML file again. Let's see what will happen now. Okay, this time it is fine. It is skipping the master 01 where it is gonna not install that, right? You will see this one. Okay, I'll show you one more time. There was one more typo, but before, see, for the node name master 01, under the fact what OS family it is detecting the Debian, right? And based on that, it is running that condition, right? But I intentionally made a mistake here, right? Just to show you, like it is just skipping the master 01 install Nginx for the first one. Why? Because there the condition was not met, and it was met for the client one. That's what you can see that it is green and it is blue. But for the next one, for the Ubuntu, where we have set the condition that OS family should be Debian. For the client one, it didn't find the Debian because it is Red Hat and it skipped it, right? But for this, it failed. Why it failed? Let me show you. because for Debian we don't have something called yum module. We have module called apt module, right? So that way it will gonna let it run, and this time it will gonna give you a Nginx up and running. Okay, it is not yet come and it is installing it this time, right? Same thing for the CentOS master 01 condition failed, obviously it skipped. For the Ubuntu client 1 condition failed, it skipped, and for master 01 it is done. And if you run the systemctl status now you can see the condition is up and done. So this way what we can do is we can just take a leverage, right? For this when conditions, right? Next underscore condition. So you can define and make sure that the indentation for when, right? It should be the same as the module, because you are putting this condition for this module, right? And there is no when argument for this module. If you put under this, right? So you will get error. So make sure that indentation is correct for your playbook. Otherwise it will not gonna see. You can put this when condition with the and or operator. Let's say you want to install this Red Hat. Okay, OS family is found, but what if you want to that major version should be different, right? Before that, let me show you. Where is that OS family Red Hat and I am just looking for the M because it is printing in the alphabetical order, right? So I just memory module. Okay, OS version probably. Okay, no, there is no OS version. Processor. Okay, I'm not finding that particular variable, but let me give you the use case. What I was trying to do is, let's say you want that Ansible OS family Red Hat and the Ansible major version equal to 8. Then only this condition will get true and the action will be taken care. And if you put or, right? So or is something any of the condition will get true and this will be executed, right? So that's what that and or. It's the same that we have that for different other programming language, right? So this way we can do it, right? This is the condition. Let me show you quickly one example for the loop, right? So for loop, what we can do is loop is something where you want to repeat same thing, right? Let's say you want to add a multiple users, right? And you will gonna uh, repeat that same command, user add, then user add, then username, right? So why don't you use Ansible, right? In Ansible, if again you need to do the same thing, you need to add that module that number of times, right? But for that, or to avoid that kind of situation, what we can do is I will just quickly copy this nginx underscore condition to root.yaml. Okay, and I'll go root.yaml. I will run on this only, and here what I will change it, I will just say creating users. Fine. I'll just keep this condition. So as I mentioned, it will be a user module which comes under the system, right? So I'll just say state equal to present, and this one before that let me put the, I'll just show you how you can just make it. Okay. So I'll just say Linux user 1, Linux user 2. Fine. Let me quickly do the same stuff here as well. Will be users on Ubuntu and it will be kind of same user, and at the end I will say group, and I will say user 1, user 2. Fine. So now what we have is we have these users defined, right? But how we gonna call it here, right? So for that there is a, remember the variable by default will gonna those under item, and you are using only the variable. So remember that kind of rule, thumb rule, that if you are using calling only the variable, then you need to enclose with the single quotes, right? And that's it, right? I will just move this the last 4 line. Let me explain what we are doing is we are uh, creating some users here, right? Configuring user servers based on the condition. What we are doing is first it will gonna create a just excuse me for these typos, right? Creating users on CentOS, it will gonna loop and it will pick the first item Linux user 1 and it will say present, then it will gonna create Linux user 1 only when the condition is Red Hat, right? Ubuntu user, it will gonna create only that when the OS family is this one, right? Let me quickly show you. If you do id user 1, there is no id, and if you do id Linux 1, then there is no. Same way we gonna run on non-prod, so I will check on the client 1 and you will see, right? Nothing is there. Let's save it and run it. I will simply say loop.yaml. Gathering the fact, same thing. It will debug those and then it will check the condition, and then it will. You can see that for master 1 it has skipped, right? Same thing, right? Because for CentOS we have put the condition this task will be executed only when we have a condition called OS family Red Hat, right? So it will completely skip it, but it has created these users. Same thing on Ubuntu. These Ubuntu user will be created and these Ubuntu user will be the done, right? Let me show you. Now you can see Ubuntu user is not there, but if you check the Linux user, so Linux user is done because it is a Red Hat family, right? And if you check the Linux user here, there is no Linux user, but Ubuntu user will be there. You can see both user has been created, right? So here also we have Linux user too. So that's how you take a benefit of this loop in your playbook, right? Like if you need to do the same thing. And here you can see the combination of the condition as well as the loop, right? So that's how we can define all these stuffs, right? So I think that's fine. I will just find out one concrete use case for our next video, right? Probably it will completely a new use case which we haven't discussed this, right? And then probably I will just give you a brief description about the roles, right? The galaxy and the roles and the collections, and let's see what else we can discuss. So yeah, so from today I will take a leave and I will gonna meet you in next. So please subscribe my channel if I hope you like my content, right? So please share it with your friends, colleagues and everyone, and I will meet you next. Please take care. Thank you. Bye bye.